How I almost ruined my marriage. Who is speaking here? Well, my name is Isaac, and I bring you greetings from Hives Media. If you know this is the first time you are visiting us, kindly subscribe to our channel, and please don't forget to hit the notification bell so that anytime we do any new uploads, you also get the chance to join us to do the watching here live and colored. And if you know you have also subscribed, please, I say thank you. God bless you so much for the love and support. I appreciate you so much. All right, so let's delve straight into our conversation today. How I almost ruined my marriage. Who is speaking here? Our brother, our friend, our pastor, Pastor Jerry Eze. So this is the wife of Pastor Jerry Eze. You know the popular Nigerian pastor, Pastor Jerry Eze of nsppd, Streams of Joy International Ministries. His wife is doing the speaking or talking right now. I believe these are messages that will help us, especially the youth, in making the right choices when it comes to relationship and even marriage. So, in the first 7 years of my marriage, I was an angry, bitter, and disrespectful wife. In the first 7 years of her marriage, she says she was an angry, bitter, and a disrespectful wife. This is Pastor Eze speaking, the wife of Pastor Jerry Eze. She writes, the journey to a better me was a very tough one. I have memories of countless times I cried myself to sleep. I tried hard to be a better person. I prayed, I fasted, yet I kept making the same mistakes. I just couldn't stop myself from being angry, shouting, and being disrespectful to my husband. You see, this is one of human characters when it comes to communication, like everything that has to do with relationship. If you don't take care, you mess up. If you don't take care, you mess up. And these are some of the things that Pastor was going through in her life during those 7 years period in her marriage or early time of marriage. In 2019, Pastor Jerry Eze was interviewed by Pastor Toyin Poju in her talk show chapters, where she spoke about her book, I Almost Ruined My Marriage, her true life story, to help people who might be facing similar challenges. The interview excerpt is as follows. So please follow me carefully, listen attentively, and watch closely as I delve straight into this particular issue. I got married at a young age. I was 19 years when I met my husband. We went out for 5 years before we got married. The home I came from had a role to play in the way I was. I grew up in a home where you see your parents fight, and I never knew that my mom was hot-tempered. You see, this is one thing that I always talk about. You see, when it comes to parenting, there's one thing that if you don't take care, you impact on your children, and they will take it to wherever they are. And this trait will live with them forever unless God comes in. According to Pastor she lived with the parents who were always fighting. The mother was very hot-tempered, and this affected her life, affected her relationship, and she took it straight into her marriage home. And this traits were tormenting her. Let's continue. It was after I wrote the book and I was telling her what I wrote because they saw it on Facebook. They were like, "What did she do?" My mom now called me on the phone, and even my dad called me. My mom called me on the phone, and I started telling her the content of the book. She said, "Well, it is really true. If it is going to help another family, it's really true if it's going to help another family." Actually, in those days, I used to be very hot-tempered person. The mother confessing now. According to Pastor Eno, she didn't know, though she was seeing some things about the mother and the father during childhood days. But to her, she didn't know that the mom was a hot-tempered type. I never knew my mom was hot-tempered. As children, we just saw them fighting and thought that was how it was supposed to be. Do you get this part? She didn't know that there was something wrong with it. She thought it was normal. Children learn things so fast. Children pick things so fast. And they grow with it. That was how Pastor Eno took her own into her marriage home. Pastor Tonyin Pujo asked, I thank you for your openness and your vulnerability. Like I said at the beginning, these are the things that people don't like to talk about. What are the things that you did? In all of this, the role of spouse is very important. They went on for 7 years. This went on for 7 years. Some people don't survive these things for 1 to 3 years. As you said, these are the things that cause separation and divorce in marriages. What were the steps you began to take? Pastor Eno Jerry answered, my change started from the place of understanding. And she quoted Proverbs 4:7. Understanding was where my own change came from, because I just discovered that all these things that I was doing were actually wrong. I came to that point where I saw a bigger picture of where God was taking me, like my purpose in life. In order to fulfill whatever it is, whether it is in the marriage or having a peaceful home, there are emotional baggage that you shouldn't carry into the marriage. Those were the things that I had to let go of. I prayed about it and kept asking God to help me. My husband was very helpful. So you see, in circumstances like this, if you don't get a partner who is helpful, who is prayerful, who is very understanding, you will lose it. You will lose it. If assuming, say, enka bema nonso the type who easily gets angry, who easily voice out, speak his mind, obane de ba then counter, now soldier call, what do you think would have happened? Do you think this marriage, this beautiful marriage we are seeing today, will be in existence? No. So it is always important to find or identify the right partner to live with. The husband understood her. The husband knew that, no, this is my wife's weakness. I need to be with her. I need to help her to fight this canker. And that is what they did. Together, they stood up in prayer. They understood each other, and this worked for them. He would always call me and tell me ways to handle anger. He would say, if you are angry, don't speak. Learn not to speak in anger. My facial expression. I started monitoring my face when I was angry. You can't just pray alone. We have to do practical things. So after you finish praying, then grace is available. So these are some of the practical steps that she took. Listening effectively. Even if you don't understand what is being said, just say, okay. Give me some time to process it. You don't have to give a response per time. Pride. It is still linked to anger. It is important to know what causes you to get angry, the root cause of the anger. For different people, it will be different thing, but a lot of time, it is pride. Most times when we get angry because we think this person shouldn't talk to me like this. I shouldn't be talked to like this. Or I shouldn't be treated this way. It is what you think or feel about yourself that you show. Remember, it is what you think or you feel about yourself that you show. Let me repeat it again. It is what you think or you feel that normally shows. When you come to that point whereby people can talk to me anyhow, they can treat me anyhow, you are not trying to be the one that is right. You are not trying to be the one that is correct. So, anyhow, if you want to talk to me anyhow, your ego just calms down. Once you get to that point, you will see that it is easier for people to do things and you won't get upset. These were the practical things that she did in order to overcome some of these challenges that she faced during the early years of her marriage. Every wise woman buildeth a house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. Proverbs 14, verse 1. These are beautiful words by Pastor Jerry Eze's wife, Pastor Eno, that I think it will be helpful to some of us, or most of us, who are young in relationship, who are young in marriages, and we are fighting anger, anxiety, depression, fear, whatsoever, that we think it is dangerous to our health, to our marriage, to our partners. With these practical examples like pride, she mentioned that if we don't take care of pride very well, it will eat into our heads and it will develop into something else. Let's try as much as possible to fight pride, to fight fear, to fight misunderstanding that exists between partners. One thing that I appreciate so much about this couple is that, like she mentioned, the husband stood by her, understood her, and realized that she is a human being. And so she may falter or she may commit something that is not right, even in the sight of man or in the sight of God. So let me stand by her. Let me be with her. Let me build her up. And together the marriage will work. That is exactly what they did. And as we speak, this very couple are doing so well. They are doing amazingly well all over the globe with the preaching of the word. They have nsppd, which is doing very well. I know you can boast of their marriage today. This is a marriage that was shaken during the early stages. You didn't know, I didn't know, but they were going through it. They were going through it. Whatever the issue may be, always remember that you are a human being and you have limit. When things overwhelm you, remember to speak out. Speak to your God. Go to him in prayer. And please, as you pray to your God, remember to lay off some of the things that you think are hindering your successes. And I believe as you do that, everything will be beautiful and successful. Thank you so much. This has been Sir Isaac, and this is Hypes Media. Please, if you know you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe to our channel, and please do all to hit the notification bell so that anytime we do any new upload, you also get a chance to join us to do the watching here live and colored. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. See you in another session. Bye.
Hi, lovely people of God. It's all about Hypes Media. Closer with the gospel, always closer with the gospel. We bring you nothing but the best from the gospel arena. Stay tuned.